Welcome, everyone. Hello, thank you for your patience. We can get started. So we are here today to talk about supporting small newsrooms on learning and experimenting with AI. I'm Sabrina Argoub. I work for the project JournalismAI, which is part of POLIS, the journalism think tank at the London School of Economics. And I'm joined here today by Dieudonné, lead of Google News Lab lead in France, Italy, and Spain. Saja Mortada, who's the manager of Arab Fact Checkers Network, led by Arij. And Alessandro Alviani, product lead for natural language processing at Ippen Media. So today we want to focus on how journalism AI has been focusing on training and supporting small newsrooms. But before we get started, I want to give the word to David, who can tell us how the journalism AI project actually started and took place.
Thank you so much, Sabrina. Thank you, everyone. It's very much a privilege to be here at the Perugia Festival to discuss the progress made by the Journalism AI partnership, which is, as Sabrina mentioned, a partnership between the Google News Initiative and the London School of Economics, especially the POLIS think tank, that we have grown over a period of almost 5 years now. And it's interesting, and I'm glad to be here today because it's here 4 years ago that Charlie Beckett, who is the director of POLIS and who leads the partnership, actually announced the launch of the Journalism AI research study that was published in 2019. So 4 years afterwards, I wanted to give you a little context on where we are with the program. So it all started, as you see, with this research work, which is a 110 pages document surveying the state of the art, sort of state of the play of AI and journalism globally. And then based on the insights of this very significant research, the Journalism AI team has grown two big pillars of work. The first one is training, and it's going to be discussed at length today. And the second one is experimentation, because what they have discovered is that there is both an appetite for more knowledge within newsrooms about AI, and I think the period we are living in right now is a testament to that, but also an appetite for collaboration, and I think that's the bulk of what Journalism AI has been doing so far. Experimentation between newsrooms through several models. The first one had been the collaboration per se, and then now a fellowship that we will discuss also and have relaunched this year. And one of the interesting findings of the research back in 2019 was there was a gap between large newsrooms who have more financial means and resources, including in terms of people working on these topics, and smaller newsrooms who potentially have less means and ability to move in this space. And that's the whole idea of this panel, to show how Journalism AI has tried to rebalance this gap between both structures. So I'm just going to leave it to Sabrina and our speakers, and maybe mention that Journalism AI is this big program, but it's also a community of people. Now there are more than 6,000 people contributing to the project one way or the other, or benefiting to the project one way or the other. And I think it's a testament to this work that we want to honor today. To finish, we would like to launch today a video case study that we have created and produced thanks to our guest to show what is Journalism AI, and it's for you to see for the first time this video now.
Journalists around the world are under enormous pressure, but they've also got incredible new technologies that enable them to do their work in a way that I couldn't even imagine 15 years ago. How can artificial intelligence superpower the kind of journalism they want to do?
صراحة ما كنت أعرف شيء عن ال AI وكنت كتير خاف من الموضوع، لأنه بالنهاية أنا صحفية مني حدا تكنولوجيست.
Yo tenga que estar muy enfocada en el día a día, en la noticia de último momento y en las tareas más repetitivas de la producción que nos quita tiempo para pensar a largo plazo.
En el periodismo de investigación se hace más necesario que nunca poder analizar y analizar rápido cantidades masivas de documentos.
At the LSE in London, you have a very strong sense of the power of these technologies and their potential. We've got the support of the Google News Initiative to really drive this onwards at scale. We are trying to help journalists use AI in a way that's going to support their editorial mission.
Queríamos saber si podíamos ayudar a otros medios y a otras periodistas a que supieran cómo se puede usar el análisis de imágenes satelitales con inteligencia artificial para entender mejor quiénes son las y los responsables de la crisis climática en el mundo. De saber que puedes analizar estos datos de una manera mucho más rápida, te permite saber que puedes llegar a desarrollar investigaciones que en otro momento no nos hubiéramos imaginado que fueran posibles.
ما في اطلاع كافي على انه الذكاء الاصطناعي شو ممكن يعمل بغرف الاخبار العربيه، انه الاي اي مش جاي ياخذ محلهم ولا جاي ياخذ دورهم ولا جاي يقضي على عملهم، بالعكس الاي اي جاي يساعدهم، كمان مما بيوفر علينا كثير بموضوع التكلفه الماديه والوقت كمان. نحن بأريج قبل ما نبلش بعالم الاي اي كامبلمنتيشن المفروض يكون عندنا استراتيجي، ومش بس نعمل استراتيجيه لنا نقدمها لوسائل الإعلام العربية الأخرى اللي يقدروا يستفيدوا منها.
Queríamos agregar mucha más representación e inclusividad a las diferentes tecnologías que están impulsadas por inteligencia artificial. Estas herramientas se nutren de lo que nosotros le damos. Entonces, esa colaboración fue bastante necesaria para hacer que proyectos sean más ricos en contextos y en culturas.
ما فينا نعمل كل شيء لحالنا، نحن بمرحلة من المراحل رح نحتاج نتعاون مع مؤسسات إعلامية أخرى بتواجه نفس التحديات اللي قلنا.
Una de las cosas más importantes que nos dio en JournalismAI es una comunidad de periodistas, editores.
معنا ناس من كود فور أفريقيا، نيجيريا، أرجنتينا، أوروبا.
You've got 6,000 people spread across the globe, coming from more than 100 different countries. So the network effect has been the fuel that drives this project. The world is changing. It's going to be much more AI driven, and it's vital that journalists have all the resources that they can get.
Thank you, David. So yes, thanks to the support of the Google News Initiative, we wanted to focus on small newsrooms, and we launched a program, the Journalism AI Academy for Small Newsrooms, which is now preparing to launch its third year. But the first pilot version, we had one participant who's here next to me, Saja, and what we wanted to focus on was specifically providing AI literacy and focusing on how small newsrooms can develop their own AI strategy. And I think the work that Saja has done since then can show that. So yeah, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sabrina and David and Alessandro. Thank you so much for attending this session today. I am Saja Mortada. I am a Lebanese investigative and data journalist, and I am leading the Arab Fact Checkers Network, which is part of ARIJ, Arab Reporters for Investigative Journalism. ARIJ is the leading organization in the MENA region focusing on improving and promoting investigative journalism, and ARIJ doesn't just support investigative journalists, but also fact checkers and whistleblowers in all over the Arab world. ARIJ supports the journalists by training and producing investigative stories, the fact-checkers through the Arab Fact-Checkers Network, and whistleblowers through iArij platform, where all whistleblowers in the Arab world can leak to us their documents and stories. Okay, I saw on Twitter the announcement of the AI Academy in 2021, but to be honest, I neglected. I didn't even think about it, but I received an email from ARIJ Director General Rawan, who is with us now. She said, Saja, you should apply for the Academy, AI Academy. I told her, no way, I can't. First of all, I don't have time. Second, it's scary because it's about AI. I know nothing about AI. I am a journalist. I am not a technologist. I won't be able to deal with that. But she said, no, you should try and you should do this because this will be very important for you and for ARIJ in the future. So I applied and I got accepted. And we started the academy. It was for 6 weeks. We had 2 sessions a week. One session, learning session, and the second one was a Q&A session. We learned 6 different modules, and we were 20 trainees from 17 different countries who were trained by 12 AI experts from 9 organizations. From the first session, I forgot all the scary feelings and I was very, very excited because I understood that no, it's not a scary thing. It's a thing that we should learn as journalists and understand because it will be very helpful for our work. This is the cohort of the AI Academy, the first edition of the AI Academy. Amazing journalists from a lot of countries and a lot of media organizations around the world. What I have learned during the academy, the most important thing that we started with the basic definitions, the key concepts of AI. We have learned what does machine learning mean, what does natural language processing mean, which is very important because you need to understand the overall technologist terms before and learning more about AI. The second one was about applications of AI in journalism. I knew that some media organizations in the world are using AI, but I didn't know that a lot of media organizations are using AI. So the Academy introduced to us a lot of case studies and project that was done by media organizations around the world. We learned about the appropriate tech infrastructure that we need. AI, it's not easy. You need technology, you need data to do AI, so you need an infrastructure. The fourth module was about the skills. What expertise we need in our newsroom to use AI? Do we need data analysts? Do we need programmers? Do we need them to work with the journalists or to work alone on their projects? So a lot of ideas and these amazing discussions happened during the academy. And of course, the importance of the spreading of AI literacy. The fifth week was about the risks and concern. AI is powerful technology, but we have a lot of risks and concerns that we should take into consideration before starting using AI, and we should know how we will react if any mistake or any thing wrong happen while using AI. And the final session was the one who let me do the next step after the academy that I will talk about later. It was the idea of the importance of having an AI strategy to understand very well what are the challenges that we are facing in our newsroom and to decide based on these challenges how AI will help us. I worked on developing a playbook during the 6 weeks of the academy. This was one of the most important things during the academy, that it wasn't just about attending sessions and listening about from experts about AI, but we were doing like a playbook. We were working week by week to develop our small AI strategy, where I identified our goals at Arij, our challenges, what role AI will play in our newsroom, what kind of automation we need in our newsroom, what data sources and skill sets we need, the technological costs of that, and the AI ethical risks. Maybe you will use inaccurate data while developing an AI tool, or we will make mistakes, or the community won't accept that you are using AI in your investigative and fact-checking process. I learned a lot during the academy, new skills and knowledge about AI, how much it is important to build an AI strategy, the importance of working as a journalist with technologists. Technologists can't work alone to develop the tools that we will benefit of as journalists in our work. So we should be we should have a main role in this work. Of course, the challenges that we are facing and that AI can help us with. And I discovered that AI is not what I think. It's not an impossible dream. We can start small. We are a small newsroom with 35 employees, but we can make it and we can develop our own AI strategy and start implementing AI with small sources. I got my certificate after 6 weeks. It was amazing. Thank you so much, Sabrina, for this experience. And after the academy, it was the main phase. What are we going to do at Arij? It's not just about I participated 6 weeks and this is the end. So we started with spreading AI literacy within Arij. We did a workshop for all Arij team, all the departments in Arij, the digital team, the communication, the editorial, the finance, all the departments, and we explained to them what is AI and how AI can help us in our newsroom and why we are thinking about implementing AI within Arij. And the second, the importance of spreading AI literacy within Arij was because the team should understand that AI is not coming to steal their jobs. They will stay doing their job as normal, but AI will support their work, will help them, will save their time from a lot of repetitive tasks and time-consuming tasks, and they will be able to focus on more important and complicated stories while working. And the AI literacy, the importance of it at Arij is that all the team has to understand that should be part of this process. Technologists can't and shouldn't work alone on this, but with the support of all the team who is doing this journalism work. What was the second step after the academy? We started thinking practically and we started the implementation. What we did, we applied for the Google News Initiative Challenge in 2022, and we won the grant. And it was about developing our AI strategy for Arij newsroom and like a starter guide to AI-powered media in the MENA region. Because Arij has a lot of other Arab media organizations in the region, AI is not a part of our daily process. Regardless that there is a real and great potential for that. So the project aims to develop our AI strategy to improve our investigative and pre-publication fact-checking process. And this, of course, meets the 3 pillars of Arij's strategy, which is innovation, empowerment, and networking. Innovation, we are working on AI. Empowerment, we are empowering our community of journalists and fact-checkers to use AI, and networking, we are collaborating with other media organizations around the world to make this happen. Our project is composed of 4 main phases. Our first phase was about detailing the process of our work, the challenges that we are facing and how we are working, what is our workflow. The second one was AI literacy and advocacy. We created a group of advocates from all the departments within Arij, and we were doing several sessions with AI experts to discover what we can do using AI, what tools we can buy, what tools we can use, what tools we can develop, and when and where we can collaborate with other media organizations on that. And we did also AI literacy workshops for Arij team. The third phase, which is we are working on now, is after we created 5 prototypes for AI workflow, 5 different ideas. We are now producing an open source in Arabic language about AI strategy that will benefit a lot of media organizations around the Arab world. And we are going to disseminate this open source and to make it open to all the Arab media organizations to benefit from, to also, they will be able to start their journey using AI, because of course they don't have maybe the capacity to do that. This is one of our pictures at the office in Amman, where we met all the team with our 2 AI experts, Tom from FADM and Lawrence. We had a lot of discussions on AI, and all the team now at Arij are part of the process and understand very well what we are doing. Our project now will help us to find ways to make our investigative work more effective, will increase our readers' engagement. We will find new methods of distribution for content, and it will help us in combating mis and disinformation. So we will build our AI strategy based on the 3 main aspects, which is first the news gathering, second the production, and third the distribution of our content. Why we developed this project? Because we believe strongly that AI will change and transform our newsroom, that we have lack of AI literacy within our newsroom and within all Arab newsrooms. All our journalists, coaches, fact-checkers, and editors in the MENA region lack the right knowledge and skills about AI. Of course, we have 0 Arabic language sources on AI and how it can be used in media and in journalism. And as you know, most of the tools that use AI are not in Arabic language. And it's very complicated to develop some tools using natural language processing because of the complexity of the Arabic language and the dialects, differences between the dialects. We are already implementing AI. Even before doing the strategy, we were working on small projects, like we developed and announced in April to the International Fact-Checking Day, our fact-checking chatbot in Arabic language. And we are working with Oxford University on developing a tool that helps on image and text search also. Our AI strategy will see the light in June 2023, after 2 months, and will become an open source to all Arab media organizations. And based on this strategy, we are going to implement, starting this year, some promising AI projects in Arabic language. Thank you. This is all. And like a small advice to all, we have all to learn about AI. We have all to understand about AI, because it's not the future, it's the present. And we need that to support our journalism work. Thank you.
Thank you, Saja. So as you shared, this focus on AI literacy and strategy is something that we really wanted to get to our participants from the Academy. However, for newsrooms of all sizes that already have a knowledge around AI, our program, the fellowship, is instead something that focuses on bringing together different news organizations and teaming them up to work and develop, build projects that can bring solutions to either their reporting or their content and format so that can better serve their audiences. Our fellowship program started last year, but it builds on the work that we've done since the beginning of the Journalism AI project. First it was called the Collaborative Challenges, and now it's the Fellowship. And last year Alessandro was one of our fellows, and he's here to share about the project that he took part to.
Yeah, thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, Saja. Thank you, David. When I was preparing the session, I just asked the new being whether it has any information about myself. And I feel, let me tell you, I feel quite lucky because first of all, I was not threatened by being, and second, didn't start to hallucinate. Meaning making up stuff about myself. I am a product lead for natural language processing, meaning that I basically build and help developing and building AI-powered tools integrated in the CMS in order to free up stuff and time for our editors in order to do better reporting and automate repetitive tasks. And I was at Microsoft News in the past, and I worked as a Germany correspondent for La Stampa in Berlin. And last year, we started a project, and we were selected for the JournalismAI Fellowship, and we got a match with two colleagues from the Times, Ade, who then moved to the New York Times, and Vinicia, and Simone, a data engineer at Ippen, was part of the team. And our goal was basically developing a tool and a methodology to help journalists analyze, identify, first of all, the spread of manipulated narratives from state-controlled media on social network, let's say just propaganda. What we did was basically, and why we did it? We did it because basically a basic principle of propaganda narratives is going unnoticed. Propaganda can only be effective if it's unnoticed. So basically, exposing propaganda campaigns render them ineffective. And our goal was developing an early warning system for journalists in order to better track those kind of campaigns. And what we have done is basically we focused on coordinated and authentic behaviors, basically bots and bot activities and tracking bot activities. So what we had, how we did it, basically we started analyzing a bunch of narratives, and we focused on a couple of them, especially pushed by Russian state-controlled media. And you can see here two examples. The well-known narrative about the US biolabs in Ukraine. And basically we decided to collect over 400,000 articles from state-run media like Russia Today and Sputnik, selected 25,000 mentioning the word Ukraine, and to use topic modeling to group semantic similar articles into around 200 topics, assign then a propaganda score, and then focusing on 8,000 URLs, we started focusing more and more on the Twitter dissemination patterns, and we worked together with SimPeople. SimPeople is a startup, and I think this is a very good example on how the JournalismAI network, the community works. Swapnil from SimPeople is based in New York, and he got in touch with us and asked the JournalismAI team, is there a possibility to support the team, my team, the Pero team, Ippen Media, and the Times, and that was basically the second match, and we started working together, and it was a great collaboration and still ongoing. So what did we learn from these 6 months of fellowship? First of all, basically what we have learned is starting, collaboration, community, and I think the example of Swapnil is a great 6,000 people in this network. I mean, there's a great potential leveraging power to start cooperating. But I mean, what we have learned, and I think it's really important, the project we started didn't end with the end of the fellowship program. Some people, for example, we are still in touch with them, that we're still developing the methodology and further refining it and extending this idea of analyzing coordinated behaviors and bot behaviors to additional social networks like Reddit and so on. But basically, there are additional learnings. What we have learned is, of course, we expanded our AI skills. AI literacy is a really important word here. Of course, we gain a more realistic perspective about what is possible. That especially in this time, there's a lot of hype around AI, and trying to better understand what is possible behind this hype is really crucial, and that was really a huge help and learning from this program, and connecting with experts. What does it mean? Connecting with experts, I think, and of course, some people already talk about that. Connecting with experts means that we started right after the end of the fellowship, developing additional project that basically started during the fellowship program. Connecting with amazing experts means that when we started developing a known 4 parts AI literacy program for our own editors at Ippen, I got in touch through the community, through the JournalismAI network, to some excellent experts like Jeremy Gilbert from the Knight Foundation, Agnes Stenbaum from Schibsted, Amy Reinhardt from the Associated Press, and they helped us developing a program that is helping now our editors better understanding what can they do with AI and what is AI at all. And Ippen is a nationwide German group with 300 editors plus 250 freelancers. So getting everyone on board is a huge challenge, and that helped us really a lot in a very concrete way. The second project we started right after the fellowship program was basically designing our own AI guidelines. And I think this is really a recommendation to everyone, to every newsroom working in this space about AI, is basically setting own AI guidelines. And there is just a couple of examples of our main principles that we have developed together with our newsrooms, meaning, everything must adhere to our values. The journalistic values we don't forget the main journalistic values just because we start focusing and developing AI tools. AI is has a supporting function, and I think this is really important. And transparency towards our editors and towards the readers, and a responsible use is really a cornerstone of this, of all AI-powered tools, and human in the loop. And I think we cannot stress enough the human in the loop aspect, involving editors in the way how we, first of all, build those tools is crucial. We need a human that is basically helping us evaluating those tools and improving them. There's no full automation when it comes to AI at this step. I think this is something that we forget way too much and often when it comes to developing those kind of tools. What we have done was also starting developing our own product discovery workflows. And we have done this as part of another great initiative that is supported by the Google News Initiative. This is the NPA, the News Product Alliance Mentor Network. And thanks to them, we started really having our own workflows to develop and implement AI tools that are not developed top-down, but they are basically assessing real pain points of our editors. And then we basically started building our own generative AI team. And there's just Jeff Jarvis tweeting about what we have done. And I think there's a red line, everything, but it's a process. Everything that we will learn is basically now part of this new generative AI team. Getting a realistic perspective was great. Understanding how to build tools that are basically helping our editors and avoiding, there's a shiny new AI tool. We definitely need that. No, start the other way around. Do you really need that tool? Listen to your editors. Do they need those kind of tools? Is AI the answer? And I think basically asking those questions is really crucial because it might happen exactly the other. You could be in the other situation where you don't need. So why do you need AI? Is the starting point. And I think for us at Ippen, ensuring journalistic plurality that is anchored to local realities, meaning strengthening local journalism, is really part of our mission, and those tools help us moving forward on this path. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alessandro. Before we close the session and let you ask if there are any questions, I know we're running out of time, I just wanted to leave you with a couple of announcements about how the Journalism AI project is continuing to work thanks to the support of the Google News Initiative. Both the fellowship and the academy program are open for application at the moment. So the deadline to apply for the fellowship, if you're interested, is next week, Wednesday, the 26th of April. For the academy, we also are currently open for applications from the EMEA region and the APAC region. And the deadline will be Sunday, the 30th of April. But as the Journalism AI Discovery instead is a training program that is open to anyone, literally. You don't have to be part of a newsroom. It's a self-paced course that will start again. We had our first version of the training program in January, and now in May we will launch the second one. It's a self-paced training course that you will receive in your inbox. You can join us and follow. It will give you from the basic to a lot of examples and use studies of how AI has been implemented by newsrooms around the world. But go into what David announced at the beginning. The Journalism AI project started from a report. We started from research by kind of mapping what the situation of AI usage in newsroom was in 2019. And this year we want to have a broader look of what's happening again. So we're launching in September a new report, and at the moment we're carrying out the research, and we want to ask any newsrooms that is already currently working with AI to help us map out what's the state of the global media usage of AI. So please get in touch with me after or scan the QR code and be part of this report, because I think the whole news media will make use of it. And finally, we've been talking a lot about our community, the 6,000 people that are joining our programs and are keeping in touch with us. It's currently growing and growing, and in June we want to launch a platform so we can all gather together in one place and keep learning and sharing from each other. Make sure to follow our newsletter so you can keep track of all these exciting programs that we will be launching soon. Thank you so much. I think there's time for maybe one more question from the public, if you have any. All good? Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you for being here.